right, you guys, so let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. We are talking Creed 2 today. A special welcome to you if you are new here, and a welcome to everybody. I'm really happy to be back in front of the camera. You guys know we took a week off for Thanksgiving, but it's always nice. I always feel at home when I'm here with you guys. So I want to get into Creed 2 today, and I will tell you that I was not a huge fan of Creed 1. A lot of people liked that movie because they felt like it elevated and it kind of took the Rocky franchise to the next level. I didn't think it was a bad movie, but I didn't love it. So I was a little bit apprehensive about Creed 2, but honestly, one of the things that I was excited about Creed 2 was the possible showdown between Adonis Creed and Victor Dragos, the son of Ivan Dragos. I wanted to see that. A lot of people had problems with it because they felt like it was just so lazy to kind of pull from Rocky 4 into Creed 2, and they just didn't like it. It was so formulaic. I thought it was a good idea, and I wanted to see the showdown. But what surprised me about Creed 2 was the strength of the story. The character development and the relationships in the story, that's really what draws you into this piece. I mean, the fight sequences are good and the fight sequences are done so well, but it is the characters and the story as a whole that draws you into this movie. And what they've done in developing these characters has been tremendous because they really do kind of deep dive into the individual characters in the story and really help the audience to connect with who they are. So you care about these characters because you feel like you know them, because you get so much information about who they are as individuals. You understand the way that they think, the way that they feel, the motivations, their struggles. All of that comes across in the movie, and it really does make the movie appealing from that aspect. So the character development in this was tremendous. It was fabulous, and it really was a cut above the rest, especially when you're talking about Rocky franchise movies where the character development was nil to none with some of the early Rocky movies, and then it gets a little bit better as some of the other movies come along in the Rocky franchise. So I was really impressed by that. I was also impressed by the relational aspect of this movie. I mean, the connection between the individuals in this film was tremendous. It was gripping. It was heartfelt. It was really kind of something that pulled you in a way, again, that I didn't expect. I mean, this movie took me on a lot of emotional ups and downs, and I'm going to just go ahead and tell you that there were times when I was watching this film where I really did get choked up. It was really heartfelt, and that is because the relational dynamic between the characters were so believable. They felt so authentic. They felt so real. The relationship between Michael B. Jordan and Tessa Thompson was tremendous. The love relationship between those two was so heartfelt. It felt so deep. It felt so real. It felt so genuine. And to see it from the audience really did look like something special. And it pulled you in. It definitely made you attracted to them. It made you root for them. The fact that they were so close. The fact that they worked through so many things together. I mean, they really were ride or die or through the fire for all you Shaka Khan fans, and it was just a tremendous thing to see. And then on top of that, the relationship that Michael B. Jordan had with Stallone was amazing too, just kind of the surrogate father relationship, and how the two of them really were dealing with their own pain around the death of Apollo. And to see how they worked through that dynamic was really good in this film as well. And to see the concern that Stallone had for Adonis or Michael B. Jordan when he takes the fight against Ivan or Victor Drago, Ivan's son, and how he's concerned because it all comes rushing back to him. He remembers the death of Apollo, and he's concerned what the outcome might be for Adonis. So the relationships, the dynamics that happen in this film, all surrounded around the choice that Adonis makes to fight Victor Drago, is really, really impressive and very, very impactful. And visually, this film is actually a feat as well. I think, listen, the new director was amazing in this film. Cable Jr. does a really good job of giving us some shots that really, really do heighten the emotion and pull you into the film. There are some scenes in this movie where there is no dialogue. You just have the visual on the scene, but the visual is so powerful that it really just tells the story with what you're seeing visually. I always talk about the importance of good visual storytelling, and that is a result of good directing and cinematography. So I think is it Charles Cable Jr.? Hopefully I'm saying that right. I can't remember the name exactly, but someone can correct me in the comments below. I think he does a tremendous job, especially when you consider that this is really his first big film. And he does a tremendous job at directing this film. Some of the visuals he gives in this film are absolutely tremendous. There's one scene at the end of this movie. Again, no dialogue, but when you see it, it's going to get you so pumped up. just from the power of how that scene is shot, it really does grip you when you see it. So the directing and the cinematography was excellent, and the performances were outstanding. The chemistry between this whole cast is amazing, and I almost feel like it was kind of a gift, right? I mean, the fact that these guys worked so well together, the fact that the chemistry was so spot on, was something that doesn't happen in a lot of films, and it just happened to be that way in this film. So the chemistry plus the performances and good writing really made this movie impressive. So I really had a good time with Creed 2, and I will say that Creed 2 is probably within my top 5 of all the Rocky movies. No, I'm going top 3 of all the Rocky movies. I thoroughly enjoyed this film. Now, I do want to say something that people are really commenting, so I got to throw my hat in this ring because I have some thoughts about this as well. Whether or not they should go on with this franchise. And a lot of people are saying no, and I absolutely agree with that. This is the perfect wrap to this film. No more. We're done after this. I mean, if this is not a prime opportunity to go out on top, I don't know what is. The way that it concludes is perfect. This is a great ending to an amazing franchise, and the folks that are in this will go on, I think, to do great things. I especially want to see Tessa Thompson in some more dramatic roles because she was awesome in this. And every time I see her, you know what I think, right? I think about Valkyrie in Thor Ragnarok. But boy, she was really good, and I want to see her in more things. Guys, I really liked Creed 2. I was surprised that I liked it so much. I really, really did. I'm thinking about seeing it for a second time. My wife wants to see it, so maybe I'll go check it out with her again. But it really gripped me, man. It's a very emotional story. A very emotional story that really does examine the weight of choices, the consequences of choices, and how things that we have experienced in our past affect us presently, and how our experiences and our choices affect those around us. I thought this was a fabulous film. That said, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Listen, if you are into the Badlands or Into the Badlands fan, we cover the show heavily on this channel, and you should be an Into the Badlands fan because it's the best show on TV, hands down. If you don't believe me, check out the playlist and you will see why we love the show. We're getting into a lot more comic book stuff here. A lot of stuff I want to do around comics is coming up. I cannot wait for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about that because that is actually a Marvel animation, and Marvel animations are really not that good. But this one looks really, really good. So I want to get into that. I want to check out Mortal Engines. There's a lot of stuff, guys, we're going to be getting into as we ramp up to get ready for the new year. Guys, thank you so much, as always, for stopping by. If you are new here, join this amazing community. And if you like this, please give the video a like. It does help the channel. Guys, thank you so much. And with that, I will see you on the next video. Peace.